from Georgia.
Well, thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you for convening this hearing. Under your leadership, the DOGE subcommittee has been one of the most active subcommittees across Congress, and my constituents are proud of our work to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse of taxpayer dollars across the federal government. And today, it is no surprise that our colleagues on the other side of the aisle have spent a majority of their time desperately avoiding the issue before us, because 80% of Americans, Republicans and Democrats alike, believe biological men should never compete in women's sports. Mr. Layfelt, as Mr. Fallon noted, you are testifying today under subpoena because you refused to appear before us voluntarily. Why did you refuse our initial invitation to testify?
Congressman, thank you for giving me the opportunity to address that. Our CEO of the organization, Phil Andrews, was offered as a witness, and we felt, given his full-time capacity that he operates in this role, that he would be able to answer the questions more thoroughly than I can. However, since I'm here, I'm happy to be here and answer your questions.
Thank you. And as chairman of USA Fencing, how many members of USA Fencing are biological men who have participated in women's competitions? Rough estimate.
Rough estimate, sir. I believe that it's roughly 200 total, with I think 39 that are transgender women.
And of that group of biological men, how many have won championships in women's competitions? Rough estimate.
I couldn't tell you the specific number, sir.
5, more than 10?
I'm honestly not sure, sir. I mean, I have the data on how often cisgender women prevail against transgender women, but specifically the number of medals, et cetera, I'm not sure off the top of my head, sir.
And conversely, how many biological women are participating in men's competitions within USA Fencing?
34% of our events are mixed, sir, and so it's fairly regular for that kind of event to happen. There are a plurality of our events.
And again, I'm just referring to specifically male, non-mixed competitions, specifically male competitions. How many biological women are participating in those, to the best of your knowledge?
So just so I understand your question, sir, biological women competing in the men's division, sir?
Yes.
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. Well, I think the disparity alone, as we've seen, confirms that this approach is inequitable. The data across other sports affirms that in recent years, over 600 female athletes have lost more than 900 medals to biological men and women's sports. And again, over 80% of Americans, Republicans and Democrats alike, agree that biological men should never compete in women's sports. Mr. Layfelt, and I mean this with respect, in your capacity as a representative of USA Fencing, have you ever impersonated a woman?
No, I have not, sir, not to my knowledge.
I ask because I understand you have a history of creating fictitious female personas. In one instance, you impersonated a woman named Dorothy and wrote an email to yourself, which you then published on social media for all your followers to see, along with your response. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I do, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to address that. It was a poor attempt at humor. It was unbecoming of me as a leader of this organization to post that as I did. And quite frankly, moving forward, that's not something that's going to happen again. It's unacceptable, and it's not something that should happen with any human-to-human interaction, period.
Thank you. Ms. Turner and Ms. McNabb, I want to commend both of you. You are both very brave women. And Ms. Turner, your courage that you displayed on March 30th galvanized millions of Americans in support of the simple truth that biological men should never compete in women's sports. And with my remaining time, Madam Chairwoman, I'd like to learn a little bit more about the culture within USA Fencing. Specifically, Ms. Turner, reporting suggests that you previously raised your concerns of the policies with which you have to face to USA Fencing officials. What was the response when you did so?
I had done so privately, and the answer is that they did not respond. But I have known of other members of USA Fencing, a mother and a daughter, who did come to USA Fencing saying that they did not approve of the transgender policy, and they were told that they would be sanctioned.
And did you or have you feared retribution from USA Fencing with respect to your brave stance and likewise your concerns you've raised before you took that stand?
Yes, and I still do. I don't think I'll ever get a fair bout again from a referee, or that I'll be welcomed without harassment.
And why do you think that culture exists? Just, you've experienced it. I'm curious your own perspective as it relates to the culture that tolerates this type of behavior.
I don't think they communicate well with people who oppose this policy. No one ever asked me what I thought. And I think maybe if they had, they'd know what my stance was. So.
Well, your bravery led us to ask you your thoughts today in front of the American public. So grateful for both you, Ms. McNabb, and all of our witnesses for testifying. Madam Chairwoman, I yield the remaining 4 seconds to you. Thank you very much.